You stopped explaining yourself, and that is when they lost control. You noticed it in the moment you held back instead of explaining. The kind of moment where you would normally try to clear everything up. The words were there, but you didn't say them this time. Something about repeating yourself again didn't feel right. And for the first time, you allowed that silence to stay. There was a time when you would have explained everything in detail. You would have made sure, you would have made sure they understood your intentions, your feelings, and your way and your side of things. You didn't like being misunderstood, so you tried to fix it every time, even when it felt exhausted. But the more you explained, the more things stayed the same. They didn't change how they responded. They didn't meet you with the same effort. And somehow, your explanations always led to more confusion instead of clarity. You started realizing that it wasn't about understanding. It was about how things were being handled. That is when something shifted in you. You stopped trying to prove your point in every situation. You stopped repeating yourself. You stopped repeating yourself just to be heard. You stopped explaining things that should have been clear from the beginning. That decision wasn't loud, but it was different. At first, they didn't take it seriously. They thought you would go back to how you used to be. They expected you to feel the silence, to explain, to make things easier for them for them like before. That expectation made them comfortable because nothing had challenged them yet. But this time, you didn't go back. You stayed quiet in moments where you would have spoken. You let things be what they were without trying to fix them. That silence wasn't confusion. That silence wasn't confusion anymore. It was awareness, and that awareness changed how you showed up. Now, they can feel it. The same situation that once gave them control no longer worked the same way. They can't rely on your explanation to guide the conversation. They can't twist your words or redirect things the way they used to. The pattern the pattern they depended on has been disrupted. That's where the control starts to slip. They were used to knowing how you would respond. They were used to your efforts, your patience, and your willingness to explain. When that stopped, the dynamic changed in a way they didn't expect. You didn't create that shift to prove something. You created it because you understood something clearly. You saw that explaining yourself wasn't changing anything, and you chose not to continue in the same pattern. That choice removed the control they once had. Now, everything feels different for them. They don't know how to handle the silence the same way. They don't know how to respond without the explanations they relied on. And that uncertainty is something they didn't plan for. You stopped explaining yourself, and that's when they lose the control they had, and that is when they lose the control they thought they had.